Fentanyl specifically is a opioid, and it has the ability to depress your respiration, which leads to a high risk for overdose. And one of the reversal agents is to use Narcan or naloxone. It can be a very effective way to reduce and minimize the risk of overdose of people who are using. However, there can be other drugs in that illicit submission. And because of that, Narcan will not always work when other drugs may be present because they don't work on the same receptors on the brain as fentanyl does. And it is Narcan that is able to kind of kick that fentanyl off the receptors. So it's important to know that although Narcan is helpful, very helpful if it's just strictly an opioid like fentanyl, it won't reverse other types of drugs like xylazine or Xanax or methamphetamine. I've been involved in educating individuals on fentanyl since the mid-2010s. And I think the scariest thing for me as a toxicologist and as a parent is the real toxicity of this drug. This is singly one of the most potent opioids that exists. And for it to be illicitly manufactured and out in the drug supply is very concerning. There's numerous forms that it comes in, and if you're accessing illicit narcotics, you may not know that you're actually getting fentanyl, and there's a really high risk of overdoses that's the case. So as a parent, it's really important to know what your children are doing, how they're spending their time, who they're spending their time with, and really to make good choices to stay away from this stuff because it is so toxic. And not only is there a risk to overdose, but there's a very high risk to addiction and dependence related to this drug. And I think, as a parent, I don't want my kids anywhere near this stuff.